We are back. So, who remembers what happened from last week?
A lot of stuff happened last week, Ian.
That is true. You did go through a lot of craziness.
It was not a mechanic, it was some sort of thing.
Yeah, more or less.
Uh, they finally opened up to us when it wasn't Harper. Who was the other woman who was the one who attacked me in the
Oh,
Star
Natalie.
Cars?
The assistants.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Natalie. And then Natalie came in to see Natalie's body on the ground and had a bad time.
Yeah, it was a bad day for Natalie.
a little
That
bit.
was a lot of insanity points. I'm just gonna guess.
Yeah, she ain't gonna be joining the Inquisition with those. Or maybe she will. I mean, she's a little hardened by it now. Let's see, but yes, an Alex
We
Hill imposter broke ish the medical machine and killed Sean Miller.
I did manage to repair it.
Yes.
We also learned that there are simulacrums of every
us.
person on this planet, including us.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to deal with that at some point.
That'll be fun.
And we convinced them we have to go to Delta Site, but it's gonna be, I think, a 5-kilometer trek under the ice through the tunnel,
Yep.
which is gonna be a big dealio.
Yeah, but at this point, I think we're trying to
We split off
stabilize the
the situation. Yeah. We're looking to close off the vents. We have no idea how many got in. We split into 3 groups. One to stay with the blood machine. After we, interrupted the sabotage. One to go to supply to get the shit we needed to repair it, and one group to pick up. Guns from the armory.
Yeah, they're back.
Yeah, so we all reconvened after.
Yeah, you've all reconvened. In fact, if I recall correctly, you're actually now on the second floor in the medical bay again, having just gone ahead and fixed the device as best you could. You were told that you're gonna have like 3, maybe 4 uses out of it, and maybe with some additional tech use rolls, you could probably squeeze a little bit more out of that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far everyone is back together. So you have everyone is armed with shotguns from the armory.
Swords.
Yeah, everyone who has like their weaponry, their more advanced weaponry, has that.
Has grabbed it. Yeah.
You have the repair stuff for the vents, so you just have to actually go and find where the vent is damaged and go repair it now. And I believe morning has arrived. You've been doing this all night.
No sleep till Inquisition, which we have not yet told them we are, and we're going to try not to, but we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
On the way out, we will.
Oh, yeah.
No sleep till Delta Site.
No sleep till Delta Site. So, yeah, did we take a stock of who we've got and whether we want to use any of those blood test charges yet? Because we need to secure that.
You have not.
All right, so who have we got with us right now?
So currently, everyone has gathered together in the medical bay. So there's you 3. There are the transport folk you'd come with: Reynold Talbot, Martin West, and Eve Dumont, who miraculously survived that encounter with the imposter. I thought for sure she was going to get sliced apart.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then you have your station commander, Thomas Day, your meteorologist, Elsa Stone.
Can somebody write these down for me, by the way?
Yeah. Here, I'll.
The list of people.
Yeah, I just want to keep the list of suspicions and paranoia.
Those are the
running.
transport folk.
Real question is, can they make a second duplicate?
We don't
You
know.
don't?
I hope not.
No.
I kind of feel like if they could, this
We're in
entire
trouble.
place would have been wiped out already.
Or maybe they just have limited amounts of creation tubes.
And we have taken charge of the situation, but we do need to maintain their trust, and we need to work with them. So we need to figure out if we want to test anybody right now and figure out how we're going to control access. I would say for access, we give the keys to one of our melee lords. Just somebody who is far less likely, like, I'm good at shooting things, but if I get caught out in melee, there's a good chance I'll get ripped to shreds. so I wouldn't want to have the key on my person. We also have to assume they can pick locks and break doors and shit. I mean, we know they can break shit.
I hope they didn't copy my power sword.
Yeah, if they copy equipment, we're fucked. And Ian looks away from the camera, like, ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Right, hang on.
The great power sword battle.
There we go. Okay, so we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with us. That's a lot. Oh, wait, 2 of them are confirmed dead, though.
Yep.
So that's 13.
Well, Sean Miller's still there in the room with you.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't done anything with him. He's just like covered in a sheet with a
What are
knife
we
in his
so-
chest.
What are we gonna do with him? It's like can't throw him in a freezer right now. I mean, we could. It's outside.
We could do a quick autopsy to see if there's any physiological shit going on with his body. Because they seem to like going for that knife to the chest thing. That seems weirdly specific.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Because that was what the fake in the storage bay tried to get me with.
Knife to the chest.
Very
All right.
nice.
If
Not
you,
very knife of them.
Not very knife of them. If
So do you? I
Yeah.
can do Medicaid. I think it's plus 30. Let me double check.
yeah, you could do a Medicaid to do like a quick autopsy. This would take about an hour.
While they're fixing the machine anyway, at least.
Okay. Yeah, if you wanted to do this while Watchmaker was fixing the machine, you could go ahead and do the autopsy. So go ahead and just roll your Medicaid. All right, you have
Nice.
just succeeded. So,
Oh my god.
nothing spectacular about this autopsy in terms of your skill. You just are able to just remember what you have done previously for autopsies, and yeah, so pull out the knife, do like the Y-shape incision, opening them up.
Paint the man, cut the lines.
Exactly. From what you can see, his body looks normal. He looks to have suffered no changes to his body or anything like that. But the knife itself was stabbed directly into his heart, so he died instantly.
Well, that's a fucking blessing.
Maybe not necessarily in 40K, but
That's true. There's probably some sort of ritualistic horseshit where Slaanesh gets a free fucking swing at your soul. This fucking sucks.
the body of Sean Miller does look to be completely normal as far as you can tell.
This is a guy what got stabbed.
Yes. Well, one of them.
I like how we both said the exact same fucking thing. One of them.
I mean, when you left Mary Harper, she was still hanging by her neck in the locker in the maintenance bay.
That's true.
But I mean, if you want to do anything with that corpse, you are perfectly free to.
Do we have any doppelganger corpses to boot?
You have the one of Drew Abbott down in the biological storage area. You have the imposter for Natalie Brooks, which you had left. No, you did move her body, the imposter body, into the biological research storage as well. And you have the body of Alex Hill and the body of Mary Harper in the well, I guess just where you left them.
Where's the baby? Right where you left it.
I mean, right, yeah, so you're probably
Did we, like, I think I remember trying to burn the original corpse, the hanging corpse?
Or
do we?
no, you burned the imposter's body.
Right, we could do a tissue sample on what's left of that. We didn't have time to make it thorough.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could. And in fact, if I recall, yeah, you would. This would be easy to notice. The imposter for Alex Hill is still just in medical, like right next to the machine where you would killed him.
Okay, once we get to that point where we're looking to go collect bodies for autopsies and study, I'm gonna suggest we do the two fire teams, no splitting up from the group. Just one group stays in the lab, one group goes to collect the remains and doesn't handle them directly.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, Commander Day has more or less retreated inside of himself and is very quiet. The other scientists in the station are looking to you, Watchmaker. Drew Abbott, the biologist, saying we could get some of the hover sleds and some canvas, some tarp to put the body, the imposter, onto, and move it if we wanted to.
We want to figure out what we're dealing with as much as is possible. So I would say that's a good idea.
We'll get a better idea. I mean, I've done one autopsy of one of the bodies, but we could get more information. I would recommend the biology research lab.
Okay.
This is kind of out of character, but I'm kind of curious, now that we've removed a couple of them, if the sleds actually turn on.
I doubt. Well, I guess we can check when we go by, even though we're snowed in.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious now. That means that one of them was
Suppressing them?
no. I guess they've kind of started I don't know, like integrated with the group.
Oh, yeah.
You could certainly test them if you'd like.
Okay, back to your regularly scheduled
Dark
heresy.
Heresy.
Duck Heresy.
All right.
So, I mean, Gar can guard a blood machine if you want.
I would say half and half, where we keep shooters, with basically nobody unsupported. One of us or two of us go out, one of us stays, along with half of the NPCs, divided up by their relative with-itness, trustworthiness, based on who we've killed, shit like that. You know what I mean? We can do sports ball teams if you want to just pick them like dodgeball. I've got no preferences on who stays and who goes. I just think we should keep it 50-50. So if we get jumped in the halls or if we get attacked here, we've got an equal shot of protection. If and that makes sense.
That sounds good.
All right. So who's going with who?
We've got two melee guys, so maybe one of us stays. I would say maybe Tigo stays so you can work on the autopsy, or autopsies if there's other stuff. Gar and I will go to get the stuff on the supply run.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And then also NPCs, obviously. And I would just say give us a random assortment unless they start freaking out and want to play politics with who they want to send. I'm going to suggest, like, we not dwell on that too much because paranoia is going to set in. Very justifiably, but...
Yeah.
Hang on, I will be right back. I'm sorry, I need to top up my own coffee.
One of the research assistants, Stephen Fletcher, chimes in after remembering. What about the broken vent? Don't we have to repair that too?
Do I hear a volunteer?
I don't know how to repair that. I don't even know where it's broken.
Sure, you don't.
He points to Watchmaker. He's the only one who can repair things now that Mary and Sean are gone.
I disagree. I think you all need to learn fast how to repair things.
Make a command test. And your thing is still on fire, so
yeah,
you
his
can...
thing would still be on fire.
That's true. That's a plus 30.
It's pretty nice. Oh yeah.
Get motivated.
Could go down to the maintenance and see if there's some manuals, repair manuals. I guess that would work.
Maybe. But why don't you wait for the next expedition? We're gonna do one expedition at a time here. This team is gonna go get the dead bodies so we can cut them up and play with their guts. I mean, autopsies and learn things. And then when they get back, you, Fletcher, will lead a team to get the repair manuals and supplies for the ventilation system.
His face is like white. All the blood is drained out of his face. Okay.
You've been promoted, Fletcher.
Do you want to live?
He just kind of like cradles the shotgun.
Good. Hold on tight to that.
Yes, my son. We
Out
shall
of
teach you
character.
how to kill.
We've just found out our next death.
Alright. So this happened last week, but Gar had more or less browbeat Thomas Day into putting Watchmaker in charge. So
Yep.
Yeah.
they're all looking to you, Watchmaker.
Okay, so what did I miss while I was up? Anything substantial?
Fletcher.
Backpack is still on fire.
Yeah. The research assistant Stephen Fletcher had remembered that the
Vent's open.
the vent is still open and they can get inside still.
So it's his
Right.
job now to fix it. Because he
Let's-
spoke up.
Let's not let anybody off on their own, though. So what we'll do is we'll roll that into the supply mission while the other half stays here.
Oh yeah, you could just do 2 missions at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, just while we're out. So he can come with you and me, while Tigo stays here with his half of the no-hopers.
The people that are huddling in the corner.
Call the police!
Who are my no-hopers? I'm assuming Natalie Brooks is one of them.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's basically everybody. So
Everybody that's had a doppelganger.
everyone who's not already dead or had like their doppelganger killed. Actually, no. I guess that's everybody who's not dead.
Also, make sure that if somebody is with you and they're kind of not taking the situation well, make sure you have people who are more with it, so it's kind of an even blend of people
Yeah.
who are freaking out and people who have their shit together. So
Yeah.
nobody, like, you're not going to have like all of your roster freeze up on you at once. So
Yeah.
we'll try to divide it that way, like even balance people who are composed enough to function and people who are kind of marginal or freaked out.
Yeah. Like, there's no way you should be taking Natalie Brooks because she's just like,
Yep.
Yeah, she's in the corner like hyperventilating.
here's a baggie.
Here's a Medicaid test.
Space Xanax.
And Alex Hill is all like completely white and looking at the imposter corpse of himself and just looking away and like looking back. It's like a car accident. He doesn't want to look, but he's like compelled to.
Gar, can you give these guys a little wake-up
Pep
jolt?
talk?
Yeah, try to do a command to get them to snap out of it.
People of the base, buck the fuck up.
All right, go ahead and make a
Your
command.
faith will sustain you, because I say so.
Make a command test to.
He's got the brazier lit and everything.
Yep. Yeah, with the fire just like behind you and your booming voice of the like it's like the God Emperor speaking through you and the people who are freaking out, which well, you could go ahead and make like an awareness roll if you wanted to like determine who
Maybe
was freaking
scrutiny
out.
or awareness?
Yeah, scrutiny or awareness would be fine.
I'll do scrutiny because it just makes more sense to me.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So
Nice.
it was Alex Hill and Natalie Brooks were freaking out, but with Gar's like I don't necessarily want to say inspiring speech, but it definitely like shook them out of it.
Yeah, they just needed that jolt.
So they're more alert now. And Thomas Day is still rather quiet, but his eyes aren't as glassy anymore, and he's actually focusing now. The other scientists were trying to like you definitely could tell that they were very nervous, but Gar has put them back into like a not necessarily 100%, but they're at least enough to function. As for Talbot, West, and Demont, they were already pretty focused. Gar's speech did uplift them a little bit, but they were probably, besides you, the least worried.
Right. Now that that's settled, and they're all kind of paying attention after that, Watchmaker will just kind of get the room and be like, all right, so anybody here familiar with TIG? We need somebody to join the field team for welding those entry points back shut and fixing those vents. Anybody?
Stephen Fletcher. It's like, I guess I've been put in charge of that.
All right, you're with us. Next, everyone, if these things were capable of killing us in a straight fight, none of us would be standing here. They need their deception to function. That means they're going to try to surprise you, they're going to try to scare you, they're going to try to make you freeze up in a combat situation. Prepare yourselves now if you round a corner and you find yourself looking at your own double. Don't freeze when the moment comes. Everyone else is depending on you. Understood?
Speech.
They all make like a command test to see how well they would deal with, like, just in case it does happen.
Ow. Do I want to...
Gar is just standing behind Watchmaker with the brazier lit, like nodding.
It's like a backlit.
nodding and gesturing and like supporting the speech.
I really got to get better training in command.
Okay.
There we go.
So Gar, reiterating, basically acting as the sergeant to Watchmaker, has gotten them managed to snap into position.
I see Gar like this. Just looking at them.
It's like the two guys in a rap battle. The guy in the back going like,
Yes.
Gar,
the backup vocals. My hype
Gar
man.
serving as the hype man.
Yes.
Gar is pretty sure that they will be able to handle combat situations without freezing up, which in gameplay terms will get a willpower bonus if they do have to like roll for fear.
I've got the plans. You've got the hype.
Yes.
All right. Gar Depot is the promoter of Warhammer.
All right.
Tigo is staying here with you two, while Gar and I take a field team out to get supplies and close the vents.
Which one? Who am I keeping? I'm keeping Natalie and...
Probably the more shaken people.
That would have been Natalie Brooks, Alex Hill, and Thomas Day were the most shaken.
Okay.
And then the scientists were semi-shaken, but with the command test, they were snapped out of it.
All right. So let's... do we need to... Yeah, I guess you want us to pick people. Do we want to just dodgeball it from here?
Good, if you'd like.
I'm okay with you just giving us a random assortment.
Yeah.
All right. Stephen Fletcher steps forward towards Watchmaker and Gar, and with you asking for volunteers, Talbot and West step forwards. Demont stays back. She's just like, not really looking forward to getting shredded. I'll just stay back with Tigo and the rest of them.
She's the one that almost got shredded, right?
Yeah, she dodged a lot of those like attacks on her.
She earned herself a break.
Okay.
All right. I'm drawing up I've got a notepad open. I'm making a list for people confirmed dead, doubles confirmed dead. For confirmed dead, Mary Harper, Sean Miller. Who was the other double we killed?
So you killed the doubles for Mary Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one was Natalie Brooks's double. Then you killed the double for Alex Hill, and then you killed the double for Mary Harper. But the first... Oh, and then Drew Abbott, his imposter was being kept in the biological storage bay.
Okay, and that one is dead?
Yes, they had killed that before you even arrived on planet.
Yep, dead in biostorage. Okay.
For some reason, I thought there was another one, but maybe I'm just like misremembering.
Thanks.
For doubles, we've got Mary, Natalie, Alex, Abbott. We've confirmed Mary and Sean are dead. Am I missing anybody from that while I'm trying to sort this back out? We've got Talbot, Reynold Talbot, Martin West, Eve DeMont, Thomas Day, Elsa Stone, Ben Palmer.
I think that is correct, at least according to my list.
Okay.
We can take. Okay, yeah. Alex Hill, Stephen Fletcher, Natalie Brooks are still alive.
Yes, all your research assistants are alive.
Okay.
Stephen Fletcher was the only one who's not freaking out because he saw his imposter.
Okay. So that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 NPCs. 2 of us are going, 1 of us is staying. So you, Ed's gonna pick another one.
All right.
All right. So what do I have left? It's like such a.
Yeah, it's a cluster trying to keep track who's going where.
I'll kill off a few more of them, so you don't have to worry as much.
I fully trust that's happening. Whatever we do.
All right. So I have Day, Brooks, and Hill so far,
and Demont, who
and Demont.
who decided to stay behind.
Bay, Brooks, Hill, Dumont,
Actually, just
Tigo.
yeah. Actually, hang on. Can we just put that in chat, just to like?
Yeah, I'm composing it now and I'll dump that in
Okay.
just a sec.
Yeah, it's just easier to like visually see it.
And
So-
Sean Miller is staying with you as well, Tigo.
I'm not
Yeah, I
surprised.
bet he is.
You know,
Smart ass.
do you know what though? He's the only one that's completely calm during this entire situation.
Yeah, he's the most chill. We should follow his example.
Exactly. He's cold-blooded.
Dumont. Wait, oh, I see. I scrolled him off. Eve Dumont.
Yep.
Okay, so medical is Thomas Bay, Natalie Brooks, Eve Hill. Yeah. There you go. That's medical.
Okay. Yeah, that looks right.
All right, and for medical team, or for field team, I should say, we've got Reynold Talbot, Martin West, Day is staying, sorry. Also, I put Bay instead of Day. Let's fix that. Elsa Stone. Ben Palmer volunteered to come with us.
Stephen Fletcher did.
Stephen Fletcher, rather.
But you could recruit Ben Palmer.
Well, let's balance the load real quick here. Make sure we've got even Stevens. Stephen Fletcher, Alex Hill's accounted for. Natalie Brooks is accounted for. Okay, so that leaves also Gar Deepfell and Toke. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just gonna leave one more person here from Reynold Talbot, Martin West, Elsa Stone, Ben Palmer, Stephen Fletcher. How do they look in terms of compose versus shakiness versus?
Let's see. Well, the scientists are that'd be Elsa Stone, Drew Abbott, Ben Palmer. They are more inspired by Gar's speech, so they are pretty focused and they don't look as shaken as they did.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
And then Stephen Fletcher looks kind of shaken, but at the same time, he was also the one that Gar forced to do.
All right. So I'm gonna give Ben Palmer over to the medical team.
He lets out a deep sigh.
Okay, so here are the current lists.
All right.
So he organizes that, and before we leave, gonna turn around. This is going to be hard for a lot of reasons. We need to trust each other, but these things obviously make that impossible. Don't expect that just because we've killed a double, there might not be 2. Be wary of all of us and our behaviors. Try to remain consistent.
The lights shut off.
Yeah.
Is Gar's burner still lit?
Yes,
To
it
light
is.
us up?
Yep.
I am going to do an awareness check.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay,
Like-
make
Mid-speech kind of deal.
an awareness check.
He did. He passed.
Oh, perfect.
Assuming they didn't out-stealth me.
The lights go off, the heat goes off, and you can't hear that very subtle hum of the plasma generator from downstairs.
Okay, so the generator's offline. That's one more for the list. So that good thing I'm going out anyway. Actually, no. In character, he's gonna like mid-conversation. He's just gonna plasma generator's offline. Good thing I'm going out there. All right. I don't hear anything else out there. Be wary.
watch corners, check for other ingresses into the room. They need to surprise us to win. All we have to do is remain vigilant, and we will have this, and all of us walk away. Quote, shortly before nobody walks away.
Thus ends our Dark Heresy campaign.
But no one walked away.
Somebody racks a shotgun for dramatic effect.
Fake watchmaker, Gar, and Tigo go join the Inquisition.
Walu
I gotta
watchmaker.
say, our campaign ends here, but the doppelganger.
Yeah, like they've already been picked up and they're on the ship. They made it out just fine.
Next week, the doppelganger team moves on.
Be an
So,
interesting.
Twist.
It's true. Yes, it would be an interesting twist.
With that out of the way, and assuming that the sudden loss of power was a pending ambush, let's go. And so the field team will go to the field and head for our missions,
Okay.
which are now threefold, if I recall.
You have
We
to.
need to
Collect bodies, fix the vents, fix the generator.
Yep.
collect bodies, fix vents, fix generator.
I think the generator's probably now top priority.
It's, yeah, I would say so. The bodies, they might move while we're engaged with that, and I feel like they're probably luring us to the generator,
It seems likely.
especially because they know we don't have very many people left who can fix it.
But while the generator's off, we're kind of on a ticking clock before everybody freezes to death, right?
Yeah. So, let's
Do I have
Let's
a way
take care
to?
of- go ahead.
No, do I have a way? Is my room like? Can we like make this room lit up slightly?
Well,
So there's gonna-
currently it is lit up by Gar's fire.
I mean, once he leaves.
Car's leaving though.
Oh,
Also, where's the vent
you don't know.
in this room? Like.
Oh,
well,
that vent would be not in the actual medical bay. It's in medical storage.
Ooh. Bar that door.
We have to
Oh.
go through there anyway, so we can handle that on the way out or on the way back.
Okay.
Medical storage is in the back, not through the where you're gonna leave.
No, but it's nearer, relatively speaking, than the other objectives, so we can kind of, if I'm remembering right.
No, the storage is to the southeast in the room, and the exits to the north. I suggest we make sure that that vent is barricaded before you guys head out. Like, just move something.
Yeah, I'll take the field team in there and see if we can secure that first. Then and
This
then-
way, there's noise if something comes in. There's a lot of noise.
Yeah, we can rig up something as simple as a string with cans on it, while we also put heavy stuff on there, look for other egress, etc. You know,
Yeah.
more over paranoid preparation shit. So we'll go to do that with the field team while we're heading out, and that'll
Yep.
be our first move.
Okay. All right. So, what are you
Therefore,
doing?
paranoia kicks in already.
What are you doing exactly? Or I should say, what are you starting with?
Seal it?
Field team is going for the medical storage to check the vent in there and get an eye on the situation before we go do the generator.
Okay. So, going into the medical storage, the door opens up. It is dark inside.
Am I going with them since it's like one room?
You could if you'd like.
I tossed. Let me toss Watchmaker my night vision goggles so he can take a look in there, because just to be safe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And then
So-
I'll just take them back once you leave. This way I can like be able to see.
Alright, Watchmaker, with the night vision goggles, you do see, looking around the room, it looks, it's pretty empty. There's basically shelving with a whole load of, like, medical equipment. And knowing where the vent is, it's not hard to see that the vent cover has been knocked down.
Okay. I will do a quick sweep for hostiles and have the rest of the room do the same.
Okay, go ahead and make a awareness.
I will.
And...
Boy, do I feel glad I fucking pumped that up.
Yep. So, looking around, you don't see anybody hiding there or anything else that looks like it'd been tampered with. It's just the vent cover has fallen off.
Okay.
fallen or kicked?
You could investigate further if you'd like.
Yeah, I will do that. I will cautiously approach, have them kind of overwatch support me while I move closer in case something tries to grab me through the vent.
All right, go ahead and
The war of the genre savvy.
this would be to take a look. I would say, yeah, this would probably be either a scrutiny or an awareness to just like determine what had caused it
Okay, I will do.
to fall.
I think awareness is my better score. They might even be the same. Thinking about
And
it.
you'd actually get a +10 because it's you'd be able to like pick it up and examine it.
Yeah, these are both identical.
Well, he also can see it in the dark.
Yeah, the dark is not providing any negative to it.
Okay.
Yep, okay. Picking it up, yeah, you do see it is bent. Looks like it had suffered some sort of physical damage. The screws that were keeping it in the ceiling are like still stuck in it and have a little bit of like they look a little stripped. And so, as far as you can tell, yes, this was forced out, like somebody or something had pressed against it and had forced it out of...
Cleaning up our own messes, part 2. All right. I'll, with one sweep from a healthy-ish distance to see if there's anything in the vent, like waiting to jump out, I'll then go to secure the vent.
Okay. So the vent itself is above you. I was saying it's about 2.5 to 3 meters off the ground from like ground to where the actual vent is. It's just an opening into like the ventilation system from what you can see. So if you wanted to, you could attempt to put the vent cover back on.
I'll try that first, though I suspect it might be too damaged. I'm definitely going to reinforce it when I'm done.
Yep.
So I will attempt to do so.
Okay. How do you want to put it back into position?
I'll try to kind of pop the dent back out to get the holes to line back up relatively correctly, and then secure that as best I can the way it's meant to be.
Okay. Make a strength test. You can do it at a +20 because it's not exactly very tough metal.
Damn.
You're like trying, but you can't get good leverage on it, and you're like sticking it under your arm and trying to bend it back into position, but it's not giving.
All right. I guess what I'll do next, if I can, is I guess they probably wouldn't have it. Like I was gonna say, like nail gun it in place with like a stake. If they had something like something that could punch through it and just secure it forcibly.
Asking one of the people in, actually, I guess Stephen Fletcher. Now that he's been put in charge, is like maybe something in maintenance bay.
We'll add that to the list of stuff to get to resecure it, but for now, we just need to secure this good enough. We'll come back to do it right when we don't have pressing objectives. What have we got in here that we can use to cover it, weigh it down, lock it down, whatever?
You've gotten a pretty good awareness roll. You don't see a lot of things. You could possibly move a cabinet out of the wall and like position it underneath it, which would be tall enough that it wouldn't quite reach, and there would be a gap between open vent and cabinet top.
Can I like put a shim underneath it so it's at an angle, so when they try to open it, it'll knock the bookshelf over and make a lot of noise?
Yeah, you could do something like that. You would definitely see something that you could like stuff under it that we could have used at an angle.
So yeah, I'll do that. And before we leave, I'll return the goggles and I'll tell Tigo. Actually, I almost want to keep the goggles, though. I guess we have Gar to light the place up, so never mind.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to keep the goggles.
The fire goes out. Fuck. So I'll just inform them like I shimmed a bookshelf, so it's ready to fall over if something comes through the vent. We're gonna get a replacement cover for it because it's been kicked out.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength test to kind of like shuffle this this cabinet underneath and to like lift it up.
Can
And-
I assist Gar while he does the main lifting?
Yes, you can.
'Cause he is definitely stronger than I am.
And a couple other people will help well. So, Gar, if you want to make a strength test at a plus 20.
Oh.
All right, yeah. It's a little, it's a little heavier than you were expecting. You didn't actually like pull out the stuff inside of it out, but with a little bit of like teamwork, you're able to like pull it away from the wall and stick a. You find like a medical textbook and shove it underneath that so that the cabinet itself is at an angle. And if somebody were to attempt to shove it out of the way from the vent itself, it would. You're pretty confident it would fall over onto its side.
I'll also put some stuff in the cabinet that would make a lot of noise when it falls, like a metal pan or something that would clatter across the floor, or something that would shatter. Basically, just load it with loud shit.
All right, you're able to find like a lot of medical. Inside the cabinet itself, you do see a lot of like glass
Stainless steel materials
beakers
and beakers and shit.
and scalpels, clamps, metal trays, bedpans, things that you'd expect that if they hit would rattle around a lot and shatter and make a lot of noise.
Good. All right. So that's gonna have to do for now. We got other shit
Yeah.
to do. Out we go. I'll
Alright.
return the goggles and then we'll Amscray.
And heading into the medical bay, it is Dr. Abbott, the biologist, speaks up. Is like, oh, you can also lock the medical storage room.
Yeah, we'll do that as well. How many copies of the key are there?
It's like, I have my copy here. He hands it. Oh, actually, what, is he on field team or is he in medical team?
Which guy?
Drew Abbott, the biologist.
Drew Abbott. Did I miss him?
I think you might have.
Yeah, you missed him.
We killed his double. That's why. I
Well,
didn't have him. On
His
the...
double is dead, but yeah.
All right. Drew Abbott added to the list. I guess he can stay with the medical team.
Oh, I can run the blood machine.
Scrutiny.
Yep. Go ahead. Roll a scrutiny.
Why does it disappear on me? Why you do?
You
Why
don't think
you
it'd be
do?
like it'd be.
Did he say this during in the actual?
Yeah, like with all of us there.
Yeah. Yeah. From what you can tell, he's being honest. He's attempting to be helpful after having like stymied your investigation previously.
All right.
I think another scrutiny would help, but I don't think so.
You can try it if you want. Whatever we do, let's try to keep people away from the machine unless testing is underway. We want anybody
Yeah.
who's looking to get close to the machine when we're actively not testing with it is probably going to try to sabotage it.
Yeah,
So,
that's the mandate. Stay away from the machine.
and with all that sorted, if we're running tests, he can assist. Anything further from anybody?
No, that looks good. So, are you actually locking the door on the outside?
Yeah, we'll lock it. And is he the only one who has a copy of that key? We didn't finish it.
Yeah.
finding that.
Drew Abbott hands over the key. Like, this is the only copy I have.
All right. I'll use it to lock it, and I will give it to Tigo. Because, I mean, if they get in, we're fucked anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if it gets open from there. Whereas if we go missing with the key, they could do some shit.
Okay.
Yep.
So you lock the door from the inside. The medical bay standard door, it opens from the locked side, so you're able to get out, and then
Secure.
as your
Yeah,
team
yeah.
goes out into the hall, the door shuts and you hear it latch. So now the only people who will be able to let you in are in medical.
Actually, before they leave, we need a. Can we get a code word or something?
Yeah, we'll get a code word between us. I mean, it won't help us if somebody in this group is already compromised. I suspect there's at least one. But
Yeah.
it is a good practice to set up so that one who isn't caught up will not know it. And if it does know it, then we get some intel that they have shared information.
Yeah.
Stephen Fletcher speaks up. Oh, it could be the Emperor protects.
that'll be the first thing they guess, but I like where your head's at.
Glory be to the Emperor. The Emperor
I'll
is
I
our...
got it. My condolences.
yes, done.
That's the code word.
My okay.
It's
Don't worry.
a long story, but only the three of us and now you and our some people off world would know, and if they show up, we've got either salvation or much bigger problems. So let's go.
I can't wait to drop that one on day later.
Yeah, your current objective is actually to keep him alive through this whole thing, so you can give him a fucking heart attack at the end of the mission.
Yeah.
You're like, God, I really hope he's makes
Like,
it all.
like out of character, I feel like he's been compromised. Like out of character, I feel like he's been compromised already.
It might be a situation like the guy in Predator who just isn't really up to the task, and he's just like
Overwhelmed.
he's melting down, and he's trying to reinstate control over the situation when he's not able to do so.
Was
Yeah.
that Carl Weathers' character?
Yeah. Bleed you, boy.
All right. So we got our keyword.
All right. So you have your code word after Tigo had managed to catch the door at the last moment, and
Hopefully say that quietly.
Yeah.
with that, the door closes. Tigo, you're able to see perfectly fine. Everything else is bathed in darkness.
Yes.
You can see everybody kind of like shuffling around, trying to make sure they don't hit anything or like bump into anything.
Do we have emergency flares that we can use for light? I'm looking at my own equipment to see if I have any.
I don't think I do.
Don't think so. But
I have low sticks. I don't think those burn bright enough.
I mean, you could certainly light one up.
Have a globe.
All
If-
right. So.
And yeah, if Gar wanted to use the globe, it would turning it on, it lights up. It flickers a little bit, but it does light up the hallway for about, what was the range on that thing? 30 meters?
Nice. That will help.
I don't strictly remember the exact range.
Ian, so I have a body over here, right?
And yep, and Sean Miller's corpse is in there, and the bed
And where's
itself
the other one?
is a little bloody from your
I have another
autopsy.
one. Yep, and where's the other one?
Right here. That's the
Okay.
imposter for Alex Hill.
Okay. All right.
Yes, Alex
So I'm
Hill.
assuming everybody's kind of like in this area.
Oh yeah, no, they're hanging out by the beds in like the corner. Actually, they're more near. Well, they can't see anything actually, so no, they're kind of like just kind of huddling in a corner.
You could probably burn something.
You mean the dead bodies?
I would hold off so we can
Yeah.
study them.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's got to be some shit you can ignite.
Ah, here it is. The glow globe will project light in a 12-meter radius.
So 6 in each way.
I think radius means from like.
Oh no, yeah, that's in one way. So it's 12.
So
Or no, wait, 12?
yeah, so you'd actually be able to get from if Gar is standing like here, it goes this far.
In both ways?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
everything in the. I think that's what radius is, like from
Yeah,
center to
there's
side.
diameters across. God, we have to. I'm using fucking like.
Stupid
break
math.
here. Oh.
How heretical.
Damn you,
Everybody
math.
knows math was sent here by the fucking gods of chaos.
We don't use math in this game. That's ridiculous.
So, alright.
All right, so yeah, Chico, you're bathed in. Well, no, you can see fine with your night vision goggles, so you're just like
Can
going
I scan
around.
the room to see if there's anything we can burn that would last, I don't know, like an hour, 2 hours?
Yeah, you could go ahead and make like an awareness roll.
What did I say? It's plus 30, I believe.
Looking around, you don't see anything that is easily flammable. The hospital bed sheets
That's what I was
are
thinking. But
like a non-flammable blanket. Like you pick it up and you can just tell right away that it's meant to like not burn. It's the one bit of like OSHA compliance in 40K.
God.
I mean, if you're gonna have anything, given that flamethrowers and promethium are a thing, might as well be that.
I mean, I guess if you shot it with like promethium, then it would catch, yeah. But I think that's just more like napalm just burning on something that's not supposed to
To be
burn.
fair, all the Promethean was used in the last planet.
Sent the entire world our condolences.
You did use a lot, yeah.
All right, so we will embark, and while we're getting supplies, we could probably grab a light.
All right. So, all right, heading to. So you're heading to the 3rd floor to go to which room first?
We were gonna head for the generator,
Okay.
which
Heading-
is aligned with maintenance anyway, if I recall, right?
Yep. All right. Elevator is offline with the lack of power. So taking the stairs, you head down to the 3rd floor. So currently you are right here. And in fact, what I will do, I will plop Watchmaker there so that you know where you are. And just assume that group is around you.
Yeah, and Gar is with me as well.
Yep. It would be Gar and the rest of the field team would be with you currently.
That's our band, Gar and the rest.
Gar and the Rascals.
Big and like
Gar and the Garndolences. Okay.
Ours condolences.
Yes.
Garlets.
So the
That's like his Rockettes answer.
So the field team with you is they have their shotguns out with the exception of Talbot and West, who have their bolt pistols directly in front of them. They're doing that like thing from I think was it Metal Gear or Resident Evil where they have like the pistol and the knife.
Yep.
Oh, that's Metal Gear.
Yeah. So they like had the pistol and the knife thing going on like as they were like scanning the hallway.
CQC.
Yep. Making sure to like as you move forward to make sure to like cut what is it like where you cut the corner, you look through the corner.
Yep.
I need bathroom break.
Okay.
Be back.
So you're able to. You do have enough light with the glow globe as well as Gar's fire on his back, his like fiery backpack. So you're able to push your way down slowly through here, checking corners, and you had left the door to the maintenance bay open, so not locked or anything. The door itself is set to close by itself. So you're able to open up the maintenance bay, get inside, and head your way down into the plasma generator. So yeah, the plasma generator, you can see it is in a like low power state. So it doesn't have that very nice hum you would normally expect to hear. But it is still getting power, or I guess generating power. So you could go ahead and make a tech use roll to attempt to fix it.
Before I do that, I want to sweep the area, set up a defensive perimeter, and make like if they're going to ambush us, and they're going to ambush us, this would be where they do it. So I want to basically us kind of like we're Imperial Guard in hostile territory, that kind of protocol. Just do the looking about.
Okay. Where would you like to set up your defensive perimeter?
Let's see.
Currently, all of you are in this room right here, in the plasma generator room.
Okay. I have to be at the generator to fix it. I assume we sweep the room and we don't see anything. Do we need to roll for that?
You can make awareness if you'd like.
I would like.
And I'm going to actually roll awareness for a couple of the other people as well.
Skills. Awareness.
Oh, bother. I'm going to fate that.
Okay.
I was gonna say at least it wasn't critical.
Come on!
Looking around, you and Talbot and West scan the room. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Stephen Fletcher begins to He's actually out in the maintenance bay room here looking for manuals on repair, as well as attempting to find a toolbox he can use. But he's not finding anything. He just pipes up, "Oh, I bet maybe in maintenance storage," and he heads towards the maintenance.
Nope. I'm gonna stop him. Like, nope.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Scrutiny.
Yeah, go ahead, roll a scrutiny. Yeah, no, Stephen Fletcher's an idiot. He actually is like completely out of his element and is not able to catch up with the fact that if he goes off alone, there's a good chance he's going to get replaced, like killed and replaced.
So yeah, I kind of bark him on that. And would you be able to roll awareness for Gar as well? While
Yeah, sure.
thanks.
Let's roll a d100.
His isn't good, but I want any extra eyes or
I don't think a 65 passes.
probably not. I mean,
Not
it
likely.
doesn't pass for me, so.
Gar
Sets everything on fire.
looks around. There's not enough effigies to the God Emperor in here.
That's on the list. That's on the list. All right.
Is there any vents in there?
That's another thing worth looking for.
No, you do not see any vents in the plasma generator room itself.
Okay. I will begin repairing.
Okay,
And
go ahead.
after, as far as defenses, basically, Gar, I'm gonna say right here near the door,
Okay.
so he can rush in or hold the door as needed, and then array the others at corners, middles, basically evenly distribute them around the room.
Okay.
And then just have them kind of overwatch.
Gar right here and directly in the room
Not like
itself?
directly, but like by the door. So
Okay.
he's got some cover, but he's right there.
Alright, so
the
watch
bouncer.
here. You will be right here. Gar will be right here. So Gar has he has placed his flamer on the ground and has his chain axe in both hands. He hasn't started it up yet, but it would be as simple as just pulling a trigger on the thing to have it.
Okay. Do you want me to wait for Jeremy to come back before we commence to whatever happens next?
No, we can worry about that later. There might not necessarily be a fight.
All right. I will roll tech use, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll tech use. All right.
Hooray!
Yes, you've already worked on this generator. Mary's shown you like the kind of like quirks about the generator itself. So without too much trouble, you realize it is an issue with the plasma flow regulator that has triggered a reduced energy output. So you're like, oh yeah, that's simple. So you basically like are able to swap out the flow regulator with some spare parts in the room itself, and are able to put it back into position, securely tighten it, and do a few more things with the generator that get it back up and running. And after getting all that up, the generator itself starts slowly humming to life. And you eventually hear like the very steady of the generator, and it sounds perfect. It actually sounds better than it has been for the last the few days you've been here.
Oh, that's a start.
So,
All right.
with that, the lights start to come back on as they go throughout the room. So it's the starting in the plasma room. It's like the chomp, followed by you hear it in the maintenance bay, and eventually Tigo above hears it as well as all the lights pop back on in the medical bay.
All right. The next thing to worry about is securing this room so they can't get in and fuck with it again.
And Fletcher's like, oh, I need to get the supplies to fix the vent too.
Yeah, we'll fold all that in together. Something to keep in mind, they know we repaired the generator, so if they're not already here, they're most likely on their way to intercept us. Be ready.
Talbot's like, West and I can secure the door to the actual maintenance bay. We'll just hang out on the sides here and here. He points. Actually, I think I see where he's standing at the door, and he's like, all right. points here and here. That way we can ambush anybody coming in.
Okay, that's solid. We need to stay in visual and verbal communication at all times.
All right, we'll make sure not to leave visual range.
Yep. Make sure everybody has a light source in case the power goes out again very abruptly. We should probably position Gar somewhere in the middle. We'll have a couple people in the maintenance storage as well.
Okay.
Basically just continuing to try to distribute people out evenly so that we can quickly support one another if we get ambushed.
Gar goes to the kind of middle here, and there. Has his flamer pointed at the door, and has the chain axe leaning next to him, kind of like with the actual axe head itself leaning against his thigh, and the handle like on the floor, so he can quickly like flame and then grab it if he needs to.
Flame and grab technique.
Flame and grab Cheetos. All right, so
Like rip and tear.
And Fletcher pipes in. There are spare flares in the first floor storage room.
we'll worry about that on our way back up. No errands until we all go.
It's like on the plus side, I found some maintenance manuals. Now that the lights are back on.
Well, those could be handy. We don't want only one person capable of repairing the machine. We'll bring those with us, and if this turns into a long siege, we'll have something to study. The next thing is to go for the vent cover. First off, do a sweep of the maintenance storage room itself, including the bodies we left.
Okay. All right. So it is Watchmaker. You're taking care, taking point on the maintenance storage.
Yep.
All right.
Gun at the ready.
So heading into maintenance storage. Who's with you? Here, Talbot will point to west. He's like, west. Go with Watchmaker there. Watch each other's back. So, Watchmaker, you enter into the room with West behind you, and yeah, you see the charred, burned body of the Mary Harper imposter, with the clawed up cabinet in front of you, and Mary Harper's actual body still hanging in the cabinet there. Go ahead and make an awareness roll to see if you see anything within the actual room that's out of the ordinary.
Why?
Okay. That being said, Martin West looks around. I don't see anything. He points up to the vent cover, and that's still in place though. Unless they put it back, it's okay. They haven't been in this room.
I'm gonna reach up and jostle it with my hand to see if it gives.
Okay. Reaching up and putting your hand against this isn't gonna need a roll because it's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like grab on with your hands and kind of like shove, and it does not move. It is pretty well secured.
Okay. All right. So with that, I'll start collecting the shit we want to collect, the vent covers and any other supplies that might be useful.
All right. So yeah, you collect a bunch of repair stuff you would need from the actual storage for repairing the vents, and so yeah, you grab everything you need for the vent. What else would you like to grab, if anything, in there?
Let's see. We fixed the generator. We've got the stuff to fix the vents. Are there any flares, stab lights, anything in here? Any other miscellany that might be useful for quick repair?
You see some kind of grimy-looking like headlamps that are in the storage. You see 2 of them.
Okay.
Probably take those.
Yep.
Okay. So you grab 2 of those headlamps, and while this is going on, Gar,
Yes.
make an awareness roll.
Oh, bother.
Bother indeed.
Gar, you look away for just a moment, and you hear a crash to the door. You look back, and on the ground, you see 2 Reynold Talbots. It looks like what happened was the door had bust open, and an imposter had run in and slam directly into Reynold Talbot, knocking both of them to the ground. Talbot's bolt pistol slides across the ground about to here towards you. And
I'm where my token is.
it's like a couple meters in front of you. And they get back
I'm
up.
here, and they're in here, and they came from where?
The door. So
It was
Talbot
this
is
way,
like,
or-
yeah, Talbot is like right here, and so is his. So currently they stand back up at the same time. They look at each other, and you have two Talbots.
Spider-Man point.
Sorta.
Do we hear this from maintenance storage?
Go ahead and make an awareness, but you can.
I would really like to actually succeed
I
on an
would
awareness check
assume-
at some point.
I would assume you would hear that because that sounds.
Well,
Mother
you could make it at like a plus.
fucker.
It's okay. West got a 6. He's like, the hell was the name of the Emperor was that? And he
You
like,
guys run out.
yeah, he goes out through the door, slowly looks at it, and there's the two Talbots who are kind of like staying about a meter apart from one another. And
Gar is approaching them with his chain axe revved.
I'm gonna walk out with my gun, swept like forward and ready, and say password.
the Talbot here says, my condolences.
Which one? You didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, you can't actually see who I like select. So it's the one on the left here.
Okay, the one on the left says my condolences.
This one says
Yeah.
my condolences. What's the one on the right say? I'm just kind of curious.
The Emperor protects.
Lace him.
All right. So this Talbot is going to jump away as West starts firing his bolt pistol, and I guess Stephen Fletcher is there too, and basically everybody else with the
I'm pretty sure guard charged him with a fucking chain.
yeah, everybody else with shotgun starts unloading on that one, and Watchmaker'd be right behind, so you could fire on the imposter as well if you want to.
I do.
Alright.
So I will make a single ballistic shot with my bolt gun.
All right, and I'm gonna roll for West really quickly.
Is this within point blank or short?
Let's see here. You would probably be here, so this would. I don't think. Well, actually, maybe that is point blank. Just outside of point blank, I believe.
Okay, that's fine. Single shot.
Yep. Go ahead, roll damage on that bad boy.
That's where your good roll went.
And this is tearing, so I take that 14. And if there's any critical damage in the middle of this, he adds 6 more.
All right. So let's see here. 16, pen 4 to the body. A combination of basically you, West, and all the shotguns going into this just tear this thing apart. And it dies without even really getting a chance to transform. And just gets completely annihilated, leaving like these kind of goopy blood splats on like the wall as it just falls over with like a big smile on its face. Talbot.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Talbot is gonna go over and grab his bolt pistol from the ground slowly.
Oh yeah, I was going to give it, like, just hand it back to him very matter-of-factly.
Got the drop on me.
Well, like I
Okay.
said, they have to ambush us to win. If we stop them from doing that, we stop them from winning.
Well,
I don't know why I even thought maybe we should have a password.
Good call. Honestly, it's something I should have thought of, and I might have, but probably not in time.
So the doppelganger bodies, they we've determined we can't visually look at their blood and be like, that's not blood. It has to go in the blood machine, right?
I thought it gave like a smell or something. I don't remember because Ian said something. It
From-
was different visually.
I don't think it's until they transform. It looks normal. But what
Right,
you
they
remember,
start sprouting limbs.
what you remember from checking the machine and what Abbott told you is that when you check the blood, if it is an imposter's blood, it is non-organic.
It's like made of rocks.
It's at least not carbon-based. So.
Well, I think in this case, the smile give it away.
Oh yeah, no. When like his cover was blown, he was attempting to transform before getting just completely annihilated. With
So we
all
definitely know for sure what happened. That's good.
I just like how
Sure,
this guy was just like, my condolences, just dives.
I mean,
Yeah.
He knew.
he made the exact right call.
oh, there's a lot of guns pointed at him. Yeah, I want both of them.
This doppelganger heard the code word before he got blasted.
Yeah, before it died.
So
So
if there's any kind of psychic
Go outside and check right away.
shenanigans.
yeah, how far were we at this point from home base?
The medical.
Yeah.
So
Floor, right?
you're basically directly underneath it.
Okay.
So I heard like the gunshots.
Well, you can make an awareness roll. I mean, these are like kind of thick floors. Like these aren't things that. It's basically like the base is built from. Like into ice and rock, and that's why they need the elevator. Is because you're actually going to be going up like 2 flights of stairs to get up 1 floor. But yeah, Chico, you're able to hear the gunshots. I mean,
So
there's
guess-
a lot of gunshots too.
Yeah.
So
I guess I microbead watchmaker, and I guess he can. Can we microbead in here?
yeah,
So
you're
There's no interference, right?
not right now. No.
All right. So what is it? They heard Gar. No, they heard who was his name? Fletcher. Said the first code word.
You probably wouldn't have been able to hear the.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
just,
hear
no,
that.
No,
You-
no, I'm just. This is out of character right here.
Oh,
It was Reynold Talbot who said the correct password, and the doppelganger or the imposter, whatever, who said the wrong password.
Right. The imposter said. What was the password the imposter said?
the Emperor protects.
Isn't that what Fletcher said? To be the first password?
He suggested
Yes.
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a
No,
mark of suspicion, but it's something to
no.
keep in mind.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's. So they heard it. So they were outside the medical bay, and then when he said that, I think they just like dispersed.
Well,
I think they just guessed because they clearly can emulate the thought and speech patterns of the people they're copying. So that he probably went to that as his go-to because it was kind of the quote-unquote safe guess, which is why we didn't use it as our password.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering if we should change the password now.
When we get back, we'll do so.
Okay.
But for now, oh yeah, I meant to say, he probably heard just a shitload of gunfire and then nothing.
yep.
Is that enough for him to gauge that, well, if it had overcome them, there would have been, the gunfire continuing, but then dropping out bit by bit?
That would be probably it would definitely be a roll on Tigo's part.
Maybe logic for Tigo?
Yeah, it'd be a logic or a flat intelligence at like a negative 20.
If you want to roll that, go for it.
Mostly because it was through the floor and he was only able to hear the louder gunshots.
Which would have been a bolt gun.
Would have been the bolt pistol and bolt gun.
The fucking meatloaf maker.
Let's see. All right, let's give this a. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to tell.
Oh well.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Tigo isn't 100%. He heard very brief bits of gunfire that he was able to identify as gunfire, but yeah, he's not able to like really pinpoint, and he also wasn't expecting it, so he wasn't like on guard to like try and count it all.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, back to it. Is there anything I'm forgetting? The vent repair supplies. We fixed the plasma generator.
We got repair manuals.
We got the repair manuals. Did we secure the plasma generator room door? Was there a way we could do that? I forget.
You did not secure it yet.
Okay.
Hold that shit shut. Wait, no, then we can't get in.
Yeah, it's gonna fail on us again. The question is when, but
Let's lock it with locks.
Yeah, let's secure the door if we can,
Okay.
and we can grab some shit from that locker if we need to, or whatever's left.
Wes points out to you, the real Harper had a ring of keys on her.
Right. All right.
Let's
I'll
gently pluck those.
Trying to pat down a dead person?
I will glove up just in case, or like grab something I can use to cover my hand. It doesn't have to be fancy.
So wait, all right. And back into the maintenance storage, you do find some, like those black plastic gloves that are used for like working on engines, so you don't get like grease and oil on your hands.
Ew.
And you're able to glove up with those.
Grab that. Check the bodies again and search for the keys.
So, heading to the cabinet where Mary is, yeah, you just see like the blood kind of like from the knife wound in her chest, and she is gone completely pale. And there is the ring of keys on her hip.
I will.
Grab those and cut her down so she can rest in dignity.
We do have to get tarps to bring the bodies back, so we probably have to come back here anyway. For now, I'm just going to take the keys. I'm going to kind of wrap them up in one of those spare gloves in case they got touched or infected or whatever.
Okay. So you reach out, grab the keys, pull them out, and the little like retractable key ring thing snaps off, and it kind of like zips forward. A little bit of a shock there.
Yeah.
Give you a small fright.
A small fright. So take those, go do a final sweep of the plasma generator room, make sure nothing snuck in while we were dealing with the distraction in the maintenance storage.
All right. Yeah, nothing would have gotten by you, so the plasma generator room is completely empty beyond what you'd expect to find in there.
All right, I will lock it.
All right. Close the door, lock it, and it's a nice heavy door. Basically, what you saw from like the biological research room, where kind of like a bolt head type of door. So
Good.
it locks and is pretty secure from what you can tell.
Good. With that done, we'll finish up and lock maintenance storage as well. We'll come back for the bodies when we have the tarps and everything else covered, but right now we still have the vent mission to do.
Okay. So you lock the door to maintenance storage, also pretty secure as far as you can tell. Although you do realize that it would open from the inside, because they're not meant to like lock people inside the room.
Okay. But the vent was secured, or was still attached, right?
When you tested it, it was still secure. Yep.
Okay. What about vents in the maintenance bay itself? Where we got jumped.
You did not see any.
Then I'm gonna double check that vent in the maintenance storage room itself before we lock up.
Okay. How do you want to check it, I guess?
Again, with people watching my back. This time I'm not gonna put my hand up there. I'm gonna like grab a broom handle or something and give it the old checky wecky.
Okay. Hitting it with a broom handle, it does not move. It seems pretty secure. Like you tap it with the broom handle and it doesn't like go up and down. It just like stays perfectly where it was.
Okay. I'll shim something to try to further reinforce it if that's possible and relevant.
I mean, there's still cabinets. There's.
I'll just try to move a cabinet in front of it or the like.
All right. The two cabinets in the room are the one that has been slashed apart by the imposter of Mary Harper, and then the one that Mary Harper is inside of.
Okay.
Is there like a slight like humming beep, almost like a carbon monoxide detector?
I
Or am I just?
do hear that, but I wasn't sure if it was anything.
Yeah, I went outside to check. I was like, is something going? Is the house on fire?
I can hear it too, but I don't think it's in my place because I
It's
got my
not mine.
headphones on.
It might
maybe be my air conditioning, but usually the mic doesn't pick that up. I'm gonna turn it off real quick.
Okay.
Any change?
That's a very loud air conditioning going.
I heard a beep and then I don't hear it anymore.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, it was just my AC.
Okay.
No, as long as I knew what it was, like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, this is like a 14,000 BTU unit. I usually keep it in my living room, but I'm getting weaker every year because of my bonitis. So this
Yeah.
time, instead of wrestling in the window unit, I just took the rolling portable unit and used that in my bedroom.
Okay. Well, it wasn't bothering me, so.
No, it was just.
I
Like,
just wanted to figure out whether it was in fact me or not.
Okay. So you want to attempt to shimmy one of the cabinets underneath the vent?
Yeah, I'll move the shredded one over to cover the plate
Okay.
or cover the vent a little.
Uh,
At least make it harder, even if not impossible.
Martin West is going to assist you with that.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a strength
Okay.
with a plus 20.
Yay, French. Yep. Fucking.
Condolences.
All right, yeah.
Nice.
Working together, you were able to easily move this thing into position, and it's pretty shredded. It is holding on by like the back portion of the cabinet itself, and not like across 100% across the board. It is like definitely like kind of dipping down a bit from like the damage it has suffered.
Okay.
But it is underneath the vent now, and there is a very small gap of about this much between vent and cabinet top.
Okay. I'm going to, before we leave this place for the next objective, say, Talbot,
Yeah,
morale check. How you feeling after that?
a little put off, but I suspect if something maybe not like that would happen, but I did suspect to run into my imposter. He's
Good.
I'm not gonna get ambushed again. He's got his pistol out.
All right. Good. Let's move on to the next one.
And Fletcher, who's been looking through the maintenance manual, is like, according to base schematics, the main entrance vent from outside to the interior is, and he points to a page and shows you here, and he shows you the first floor schematics. And it says, there is a vent that is in the hall from the stairs and the elevator. Points there. Like, that's the main entrance, the main vent leading from the base exterior to the interior.
Good
All
job,
right.
Fletcher.
Let's
Yeah, thank you.
let's start from that then,
Okay.
and work our way downstream in a linear fashion compared to what's closest to us.
All right. Are you hopping on the elevator or the stairs?
Stairs.
Okay.
yes.
Dang, I wanted to
Sounds
do.
safer.
I had an elevator joke, an elevator music joke I wanted to do.
Were you gonna have us get in the elevator and it wasn't gonna work or something? Well, no, we actually fixed the generator, didn't we?
It was gonna be like Gregorian
Do that
chant,
elevator jump scares.
Gregorian chant girl from Ipanema.
Da, 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 da.
But like
It's
a-
like the litany of transit. It's like a prayer to safe passage.
But like a bunch of monks chanting it.
Yeah, like Gregorian or like Mongolian throat singers or shit.
But heading
So,
up the stairs, it's pretty. It's you don't run to anyone. You're very careful, and everyone is like you have people watching both the front and the back, and
front and back.
able to go up these stairs to get to there. And at the top of the stairs and heading here, so watchmaker, I'll put you right here. You do
Thank you.
see a vent above you, and the vent itself is still in, but you definitely feel like cold air coming down from it.
All right, we've got cold air. We're coming up on our leak.
And yep, if you were to press the vent, you would see that it is only like half in, and like pressing it, the vent kind of like shoves up, like so,
Bingo.
kind of like bloop. So
Does it look particularly damaged, or does it look like it was gently and deliberately taken off?
Make an awareness roll at a +10, just because you can see it and you know where it is and you know that it is kind of pushed out of it. Yeah, it was gently shoved, as if somebody from
Wanted to make it
above.
look in.
If you didn't know what to look for, you probably wouldn't have seen it.
All right. He's Watchmaker will call this out and say, so we knew this to some extent, but this does confirm they're intelligent enough to cover their tracks. Let's start with this one, and we'll go further down to see if there's any further possible breaches. And another check and Overwatch setup, and then we will repair.
Okay, so setting up people to look down the staircase, and Talbot goes to the elevator, has the elevator come up, and then he basically pushes a trash can into the door, so it will shut fully and won't go down if somebody calls it. With West and Fletcher and the others positioned in the hall here, looking into the research lab, looking into the hall, and so looking at the vent itself, I'm assuming Watchmaker, you're taking the lead on repair.
Yep.
All right, Fletcher is going to come back and he's going to attempt to assist you. So we have to take this out according to the manual and pull it out and put in a brand new one. Yes, like the new one. And so pulling it out is simple. You have the screwdriver, you're able to like unscrew the bolt, the screws that are still in place, pull it out. Looking up, you see a small bit of light from above. And with Fletcher pointing out to the page, you do see that it basically it goes up, and there's supposed to be some additional vent covers in the way to make sure that cold air doesn't come in. Or I guess
Those have all been cleared out.
Yep.
At this point, letting cold air in is useful because it tells us where there's leaks. So we don't want to reshore that up. At least that's my logic.
Okay.
So instead of, doing anything to further seal us in, I'm just going to repair and try to reinforce the vent directly.
All right. Go ahead and make a tech use with a +20 from Fletcher helping you.
Okay.
And the manuals, yep.
So
Fletcher's a +10, the manuals are a +10. He's only okay in his job.
that's all right.
That's all you gotta do be nowadays.
There we go.
So you're working on it, and you're over the course of about 30 minutes are able to put it in. You have Fletcher hold the light.
I don't yell at him though. I'm not his dad.
This is a car repair. Hold the light to the right.
It's like, yeah, you just like move it to the right a little bit. No, my right. There you go.
Your other right.
And after this time, you're able to get the new vent cover in place, and you get some like roofer's nails, and you're able to use from the toolbox that Fletcher brought, basically 40K nail gun, and you're able to like just push these very like long, like 1 meter long nails, just drive them right into the roof.
Good.
So shifting it around,
Excellent.
pretty secure.
Okay. That takes care of the first major crisis. According to the schematics, are there any other direct ingresses from the outside?
Fletcher like flips through. Is like, vent. That vent is the only one that directly leads outside to make sure that cold air can't get in. Actually, no, it says hot air can't get out.
Understood.
And then it says, and then we have the main entrance and the garage. Both of the doors to the exterior should be shut.
Should be. Let's make sure while we're out. For all we know, those things have a key card and could turn off their electricity, whatever, to open the door on us.
All right. So, well, I guess we could take a look at the main entrance first.
Yeah, well, whatever's nearest first, we'll check out. And we'll also check the vents as we go for any other breaches to seal.
Okay. So making your way very carefully to the main entrance, you are able to just turn you that way for my own. So you pass through the double doors here, and then looking at the control panel to the main entrance, the doors to the actual like kind of airlock are closed, and the doors, the control panel does say that both doors are shut. Like both the interior and exterior doors. So the airlock is sealed off.
Okay. Like, that's something.
That's what the control panel says.
Let's check it and verify in person just to be certain.
Okay.
Like, we don't have to stay long. We just need to go together and check. Make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
Opening up the so you're opening up these doors to like actually like eyeball 1.0. The
Yeah.
You're like you use the control panel, punch in the code that I think Dave had given you the code. If not, he would have. And the doors slide open, and breeze of cold air hits you, but you do see that the exterior doors are securely locked.
Okay. We'll do a quick check for vent covers and all that in here, and then we should be good to continue.
Looking around, you do not see any vent covers.
Okay.
So, able to close the door. It just slides shut, and you just hear like the bolts inside just like click into place to secure them.
All right. We're more secure than we were. Let's keep it up. Status check, everybody.
So, Fletcher's, I guess I'm okay. Talbot and West, good. Fine, we haven't seen anything, and we're morale is high. And the rest of the field team just sounds off. They're between okay to good.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Onward with the mission.
What's your next objective?
Just double checking all the other vents. Oh yeah, and we did want to grab while we're here. Now that I think about it, the tarps and cargo loaders, the hand ones, so we
Okay.
can drag the bodies without manhandling them around.
Okay. So after checking the main entrance here, you head into storage. You grab 2 of the cargo, the hover sleds, and some heavy tarps. And Talbot and West go and grab a box of flares.
See if the thing turns on.
Is there a handy corpse to grab or
Remember?
in the storage area?
Oh, yeah.
We died here.
You had killed the imposter for Natalie Brooks, but then you would actually use the hover sled and a tarp to bring her down to the biological research lab.
Yeah, we already moved that corpse. Yeah, let's check the engine on the snowmobile.
So you would have to head down to the 3rd floor to the garage.
Oh,
Okay.
isn't that where we're headed at the end anyway?
Yeah,
so at the end. For some reason, I thought they were here.
Yeah, so did I, honestly, because of main doors. I was thinking, oh, it's all one big opening.
Yeah, I put entrance here. I don't think I actually put garage on the 3rd floor, but that is where the snowmobiles were. But
That's cool.
or the snow treaders or whatever I call them. But all right, grabbing all the equipment, and if you wanted to, you could grab other equipment that you think might be in that room.
I'll do a quick loot run just to see if there's anything useful. We've got all of our shit, right?
You would
As far as
manage
I
to
know.
acquire all of your armor and weaponry.
Yep.
And if you would like, you could make like an awareness roll to see if you can find anything interesting or that might be useful.
I'll do that because I can't think of anything specific.
Looking
What is
around-
up with my awareness rolls?
Yeah, it should be like pretty good, but
It's the thing I'm best at. That'll also be a communal thing. Like
I'm gonna
it'll be
roll
organized,
for.
but I'm just gonna have everybody like look around. If there's anything you think we could use, call it out.
Talbot is able to find. Let's see.
Oh, I know one thing to look for. Stuff we can use to reinforce and bar doors. Like, not just lock them, but like barricade them.
Let's see here.
The club.
Looking around, Watchmaker, you're not able to really find anything you would think is useful. You find a lot of food that you had brought in, and you'd find a lot of like research equipment, a bunch of power cells that would be used as batteries, a lot of other things. You find an explosive collar that's been disarmed for some reason,
Dang it.
and a bunch of spare survival suits. But Talbot does actually find a clip and drop harness,
Okay.
and because I rolled really high for him. So, this if we have to climb, he hands it over to you.
You know, you never know. That will be helpful. Thank you.
All right, we're heading down to the 3rd floor now.
Unless there's anything else we need to do on our way.
Can't think of anything. Let's secure the garage.
So far, so good. Keep it tight. Keep ready. I wouldn't be surprised if they jump us in a hallway.
Okay. So, going down, I'm assuming the stairs again.
Yeah.
Going back down to the 3rd floor. Oh, actually, no. So, taking the hover sleds with you, 2 of them, they are not going to fit in the stairs. They're just a little too wide for, like, that.
Did we need to bring anything back from the garage? That we know of.
Not that you know of, but you had wanted to load the bodies onto the sleds so you could bring them to the 3rd floor biological research lab.
Yeah.
Talbot just mentions, why don't we stop by the 2nd floor first, pick up the body for the imposter, Alex Hill, and bring that to the 3rd floor.
Yeah. How much time would it take to do a body run, drop them off at medical, and then continue without the hover lifts?
Do you mean Mary Harper's body? That's what that would be Talbot Spit saying that.
Yeah, basically, like I want to bring everybody in here. I want to have secured, including human.
Well, let's head to medical. We'll use 1 hover sled for Miller's body, 1 for the imposter and medical's body. We'll bring them down to the 3rd floor, stuff them all in the bio research lab.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So, heading to the elevator, all of you crowding into the elevator. You hit 2nd floor, at which point you hear the Gregorian chant, girl from Ipanema, the litany of transport.
There we go.
And you head to the 2nd floor and are able to head back into medical.
And
So you get to the medical bay, door's locked.
I'll
Password.
my condolences.
Okay, so we let them in.
I'm
All
going
right,
to.
so at that point they all start to transform.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for you to say something.
No, it's okay. They're all good for right now.
I'll bring them up to speed on what we encountered and mention that we used the password to determine the real and fake Talbot, and we should assume that they know the old password, so we need a new one, which is going to be cake for Escher. How about that?
What was I can't remember the guy that she just beat the shit out of.
Oh. Not Hussar, because that was the actual Inquisitor. Sutton. There you go.
I was
Sutton, wrong with you.
Yeah. But say something since they guessed the first one. Say something before that. I would say.
Yeah, I'll say. How about
Cake fix. You shake your head.
Yeah, and then I'll say the second one more quietly and nod, just in case. We might as well be paranoid. This is the situation to be paranoid.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what are the passwords? Just so I can be sure.
The correct password is gonna be Sutton wrong with you.
And the first password is cake fix, I think.
All right. So you're telling this to everybody in the room here?
Yeah, and I'll be away and I'll be having my voice down, and I'll shake my head at the first one and nod very slowly at the second one.
All right. So you do cake fix, and you shake your head, and then you do something wrong with you. Talbot.
My paranoia makes me want to go to a third password.
Talbot, West, Demott all kind of look at each other with a something wrong with you. And then they just shrug.
He waves it off like, don't worry about it. Bigger things.
So at this point, and I'm assuming, are you telling everybody the plan? Like everybody who is in the medical bay? The plan?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, they are huddled in the corner like a bunch of little scared chits. So I'm like pretty much the doorman.
Okay.
Yeah, though we do want to make sure we have information consistency so everybody is on the same page with what we know.
Yeah.
All right. So you're just basically filling in everyone who's still alive in medical. All right.
And I'm going to point out that by keeping a level head and establishing these checks, we sealed off the vents and secured the place safely with no casualties. We can do this.
At this point, the geologist Ben Palmer pipes in. There is a possibility of solving this permanently. We had used special plasma explosives to cut through the entrance to the sarcophagus, which led into a larger structure before, from there, the imposters had come out from us. But we had managed to get a echo analysis using basically a sort of echolocation type of sensor to scan the interior. And there is a large central item or pillar or structure within the actual sarcophagus itself. We believe this is where the imposters are coming from based upon research data and looking at other analysis from those scans.
Have you any more of these plasma explosives?
They are all downstairs in the geology storage bay. But looking at the scans, we've been able to determine that using remote data pads, using our Vox communicators to access the scanners, we do see the additional imposters coming from this central structure. So.
All right. That will be our objective after we secure things. What we'll do is get the bodies under control, regather everybody, do a quick check-in to make sure everybody is still who they are, and then we'll arrange for the destruction mission to the tomb, to the sarcophagus.
Okay. Abbott pipes in. Well, we have the machine, our blood testing machine. We can determine if the blood is biological or if it is inorganic.
We'll use that if we need to, but that machine was pretty heavily damaged. It's not going to let us test everybody. We need to treat it as a limited resource until we can make further repairs.
Permanent fixes.
Dave cuts in. Well, how can we tell who's who without using the machine?
Behavior, first and foremost, Day. And I'll give him, not like a glare, but I'll give him like a focused, pay attention to this look. If somebody is trying to stay close to you, somebody wants to gallivant ahead and string out the team, if somebody looks to cause distractions, if somebody is not behaving correctly, watch the signs. You know each other better than we do. We just got here.
The flames of the God Emperor's light will reveal all.
Okay.
Sar says mysteriously, ominously.
And for the more prosaic, there's a reason I divided up our forces such that we had strong fighters in both complements. If one of you turns, the others will turn on them. That forces them to lay low or try to ambush us, and it keeps the community safe. As safe as can be under these circumstances. We have limited resources and we can't use them in a panic because then we'll be out of resources and they'll still be out there. Understood?
All right. I suppose I understand. He has a shotgun, and he attempts to like pump it, and it ejects a cartridge, which then stovepipes into the actual thing. It's like, uh-oh, and he has to like clear it. At which point Talbot just kind of like, just does the like the very quick like John Wick clear.
While we've got everybody here, I'm actually going to do another scrutiny check-in to see how everybody, like, read their faces, read their mood, see how they're behaving. Does that is that metagamey or does that make sense?
No. I think that would be perfectly fine with Watchmaker's Paranoia. Yeah, Watchmaker. Everyone's gathered more or less in a semicircle, and so scanning over them, most of them look. So I guess we'll start with the top. Talbot, West, Eve Demott, they are all stone-faced, perfectly ready for this. The research assistants, Fletcher, Hill, and Brooks, look a little nervous, are kind of like sweating a bit. And the rest of the research staff and Thomas Day, they look sort of nervous, but are at least handling it a little bit better.
Okay.
And Sean Miller is looking pretty peaceful.
And that guy is like so chill on these situations.
Yeah, that dude's a rock. Be more like him.
They just look over to him with his like chest cavity opened up.
The glassy eyes.
More alive.
Oh, I think
Sorry. A little gallows humor from the guard.
you were in the guard?
I was.
He was.
Oh. Well, I guess that's good, because that means you know how to use a gun.
I know how to use a gun and I know how to organize a small group of survivors in a hostile environment.
All right.
Listen, if we keep our heads, we get through this. If we begin to panic and make hasty decisions out of surprise or fear or pressure, then that's how they whittle us down.
All right, we can do this.
Faith will sustain you.
Man, if only I was a train killer.
Boy, that sure would be nice, wouldn't it?
I know, right?
Instead you're just a supply guy who got locked in this base for some reason.
Oh,
Man, I can't wait to go home to the kids, the wife and kids.
Well, funny enough, I guess until you actually turn on your power swords, they look just like normal swords. Just very nice swords.
I don't think they've actually looked at them yet because they're just so scared.
Yeah, there's been other things to worry about. Speaking of, I'm going to try to memorize features and dress and just the various state people are in to see if anybody looks different at later times. I don't, not like complete commit to memory, but just, okay, his coat is neat, his gun is on this side, that, you know what I mean?
Okay. Make a flat intelligence check to kind of try and take in these details and commit them to memory as best you can.
It was
You
worth a try.
think you've got it. I mean, I won't say it's necessarily a failure, but if you do have to roll for it
it's not
again,
ironclad, yeah.
yeah.
All right.
So,
Do we want? Well, aside from the out of character thing that I've kind of been running the show, and others might want to play the game. Is there any reason to switch up the groups? Who goes to what?
No, because you know who's supposed to be in here, and if you run into them outside,
Yeah,
it's a fake.
that's true. We want to keep the same people in, the same people out.
Dave
So, like,
pipes.
right now, God willing, so far nothing has happened in here because I think we've been
Dave
like stable.
does cut in. I would like to join the field group. I need to do a sweep of the base as part of my duties. That's checked in the log.
Day, your regular duties have been canceled, in case you haven't noticed.
I'll do a scrutiny on that to see if he's just trying to kind of save face and be responsible, or if that might be something a little more ulterior.
Yeah, go ahead. Make her scrutiny test.
Doesn't want to be cooped up.
I'll screw
God.
that too.
Horse.
Because that just came out of like really nowhere, to be honest.
Ugh. This is why I like pumping my stats real high, because I don't trust the dice not to fuck me in my
Where's my scrutiny? There's my
fuckable
scrutiny.
but
I'm gonna roll for a few people as well.
Well, actually, I just want to say what's so
Oh.
important that you need to leave this room.
Actually, funny enough, I rolled for Talbot and West. Talbot just cuts in because they actually rolled really well. I think he's telling the truth. Imperium bureaucracy has a way of grinding you if you don't do what they want.
That's true. Is this something that we could do as your proxies, given the nature of the attack and wanting to isolate people?
He shakes his head. No, I have to do this. I would prefer to stay here, but I am still the base commander. I need to do this.
All right, I understand.
Come with us.
Yeah, let's one in, one out, and we take note of who's in and who's out on our teams, so we all know who to expect.
All right, so let's.
Actually, you know what we should do is put the people with confirmed doubles in this room.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
So yeah, that's what we'll do. Is anybody with a confirmed double who
Stays in medical.
Yeah.
So we switch Fletcher and Day.
You didn't run into Fletcher's.
No, who's the
Talbot.
Talbot, yeah.
Saying this out loud, Talbot's like, I'll stay in here. DeMott, you can go with them, just to make sure they have some extra firepower.
Please do. We need to keep the loads balanced in case somebody is not who they say they are.
And Day is going to come with. So you'll have an additional person on your field team.
Okay, so let me swap Day on our field team versus medical.
Yep.
So they and
then Elsa Stone, their meteorologist, Day just mentions the Stone. It's like, Stone, you stay in medical.
I don't think she has a reason to want to go out.
Yep. Elsa Stone looks very relieved at this.
Yeah, I can't say I blame them. Let's see. So, who else swapped? I've got in medical, Natalie Brooks. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So the two people who
Day.
swapped, it would be Talbot was swapping with DeMott for field team, and Stone swapping with Day.
Okay. So Eve DeMott with us, and Reynold Talbot in medical.
So everyone with a double is in medical right now so far.
Not quite, but close enough.
Close. Which
All
right.
was the Mon, right? That doesn't have the double yet?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, that is everybody, except for Harper. You left her downstairs.
Twice.
Well, now the next thing before we continue is the body collection.
Oh, you collected both. Yeah, I would say that the Talbot, West, and DeMott would have tarped up and grabbed the bodies of both Miller and the imposter Hill.
Okay.
And placed them on the hover sleds. So, all right. So, is there anything else you want to do in the medical room, or?
Leave the stuff that you brought up.
Yeah, I'll distribute flares. We can light some. I'm sure it was a whole crate of flares, so there should be enough for us to light the base.
It was a box of flares, so it's about a dozen.
Okay. We'll give out those evenly to the field and tech teams or lab teams.
Okay, so 6 and 6.
And I will take a flare and I will mark that.
Okay. So, I don't know if flares are actually in the game, but I would say they would work the same as a glow globe 12-meter radius if there aren't actually.
That makes sense. You all right?
No, I'm just starting to get muggy.
Oh yeah, stupid summer. But okay. So heading with the bodies out to the elevator. Once again, litany of transportation all the way to the 3rd floor. And
also, if anybody else wants to do shit, shout it out. I know I'm kind of the one to jump on things. I don't want to crowd out the session if other people want to play.
No, it's just the way the mission's going, so it's totally fine.
okay. So heading.
Just making sure.
Let's see here. So on the 3rd floor, West pipes in. All right, let's bring these bodies into research storage first. Then we'll go pick up the other two and drop them off in storage as well.
All right, let's go.
Bring
Everybody, eyes up.
All right, bring them all together.
Yep.
And then Fletcher pipes in. Oh, here. We can check the garage at the same time and pushes forward towards the garage. He's still within sight.
Okay.
And then Day levels a shotgun at Fletcher and shoots him in the back.
Whoa. Okay.
He ran away from us. You said to look for people who ran away from us. He was trying to let them in from the garage.
Okay. I assume he's very fucking dead now.
Oh yeah, he's on his. He is on his front. He like took the round directly to the back. You see like blood splatter across the wall in front of him from where the round ripped through his body, and he's like on the ground in front.
Okay. And sorry.
Take that
Who
shotgun
died?
away from him.
It was Stephen Fletcher who got shot in the back. Now you don't actually know if he's dead. You just saw him get shot and fall down.
Okay. Stow that weapon. And I'm going to run up and check on him. And call forward one person who has medical experience to join me.
Dumont will run forward with like, I know a little bit of field. I've done some field suturing.
And while I'm at it, I am going to motherfucking scrutiny Day right now.
Go ahead. Yep. Day is very frightened, and when he had seen Fletcher run away from the group, he thought that was the indication that he had been replaced by an imposter. Dumont is going to look over the body. She flips over the body, like, ugh. I can't do anything with this. It's a clean through, like through and through with buck. It's ripped right through everything.
One more KIA. All right. Put him on one of the carts.
They,
I believe Mr. Day is perhaps not so emotionally stable right now, and his desire to perform his standard inspection and logging is maybe not necessary right now.
He ran away. You said to do that. If they ran away, we should kill them. That's what you said.
That's not what I said. Keep a calm head and we get through this.
I'm going to take Day aside and pray with him.
Take his gun away, because he's clearly unfit to hold one.
Oh yeah, actually, Tico, make a scrutiny roll. I want to hear if you heard that gunshot.
Just heard the blam.
Or awareness. I'm sorry. Did I say awareness?
No, you said scrutiny.
Yeah, make
It's
an
like
awareness.
I scrutinied that shotgun.
Was that shotgun blast telling the truth?
I don't quite like the way... I didn't like its tone.
Nope, you don't hear it. It's like...
I just heard kind of what sounded like rattling of vents.
Yeah, just like...
Yeah, probably the generator.
It's
Try a
probably...
charm test on Day and see if I can calm his ass down.
Go ahead.
Pray with me, Commander Day.
No.
Gar's not very reassuring right now.
Gar's gonna sentence him to death, which means go back to the medical bay and meet your maker.
Gar slaps Day across the face like, the God Emperor says you need to get your shit together. Which mostly just rattles him.
Yes, I think you should go back to medical.
All right, let's
By
bring him
myself?
back. No, not by yourself. We're not leaving you to die.
No, I'll kill him.
We can let the tribunal sort that shit out.
So...
We should drag Daddy McDeadface here back too.
Yeah, we're gonna load him up.
Dumont just says, let's take care of what we're doing on the 3rd floor first, and then we'll bring them all up. We'll make sure Day stays in medical.
We should all go together or not at all.
No, I agree. Let's work. Let's do this
Finish what you're
together,
doing down there.
and we'll let Commander Day here, where he's not doing his investigation of this base. If the Imperium bureaucracy, the administration, whatever it's called, fucking pseudo-Latin, wants to penalize them, I don't see how that's our problem.
It's a
Murdered
lower
somebody.
priority than sheer survival right now, but We'll do what we can after we've sorted this out, but we can't afford to do things like this.
Let's deposit the bodies in storage, verify that the garage is in fact still secured, and then we'll all head up to the second floor together. And let's grab the survey equipment, the plasma explosives, while we're down here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And I'm going to do a quick awareness check to look around during that fracas because we were all distracted by Day going ape.
Go ahead. Yeah. Looking around, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, basically that's it. You don't see anything. But from what you can tell, you don't think there are any signs that anybody was here that wasn't supposed to be.
Okay. I think we're clear. Let's continue.
Okay.
Keep it tight and communicate. If they're fakes, then they're going to have to get you to trust them enough to communicate with. That doesn't mean shoot anybody who communicates with you. That means use your damn ears and use your damn head.
Day's trying to pet himself. I did. He just stops. He just shakes his head.
Call.
So,
all right.
Working together, you all together, making sure you check all your sides, all your surroundings. You head to the storage bay. You separate dumping the imposters' bodies on top of each other, and then put the body of Sean Miller next to the body of... Actually, no, I don't think he actually brought any real humans down before. So you separate Sean Miller to this his own side so you can make sure who's an imposter and who's not.
Yeah, I'm also, if we have enough tarps, I want to wrap each corpse individually of the imposters. Like, we can stack them, but I want them discreet.
You would have enough tarps, yeah.
Okay.
So you wrap the body. Where do you want to deposit the body of Stephen Fletcher?
We'll wrap him as well, and we'll put him on the side with Miller for now.
Okay. So doing that, you then go back to the maintenance bay, you unlock the door, and you wrap up the body of the imposter, Mary Harper, as well as the body of the real Mary Harper, and bring them to research storage and put them aside as well. Imposters in one corner, humans in the other corner.
If we've got to go back to get rid of Day anyway, let's bring the human bodies with us.
Okay, so you're just gonna...
Or do we want to keep them all in one place? What do you guys think? Like all corpses in one place versus try to keep the human bodies distinct?
The research storage is cooled. That is, it's basically a freezer, and that's why they had been using it for body storage.
For corpse storage? Okay.
I think that's probably the best spot. I mean, we haven't seen any evidence of anything getting reanimated.
Yeah. I'm waiting for us to deal with, like, the final form of the thing where it's all the fucking forms amalgamated together. Well, I guess if nothing else, if that happens, cool, we got a boss fight.
And...
All right. So, let's go and drop off Day.
And I'll just do the last bit. And checking the garage, you head into the garage. The door leading, like the shutter door leading to outside, is shut. It's cold in here, but you suspect it's just because the door itself is not meant to keep the cold out. But looking around, you don't see anything in there out of the ordinary. So as far as you can tell, the garage itself is okay. So heading back upstairs, and are you taking the...
Wait, did you check if one of them turned on?
Yeah, that was one of the things on the to-do list, was to try to turn over the engines on the snowcats.
Okay. Going to the different snow treaders, so there's 3 of them. You go to the first one, turn it on, engine doesn't turn over at all. Go to the second one, flip it, the engine, but despite your best effort, you're not able to get it. And finally, the third one, and the engine starts turning over, and it is working. The headlights flick on, and a little bit at first, they're pretty faint before finally turn on all the way. And It is.
Maybe let that sucker run for 20 minutes so it's warmed up and charged battery in case we need it.
A thought. One thing I will do is look everybody else in the eye and say, remember, if you make a run for this to get away in a moment of fear, you're only killing yourself. The storm's out there. We need to stay together. We need to work together. We need to stay alive together. Everyone we lose is going to make it that much worse for the rest of us. Am I understood?
Let's see. It's Martin West, Demont, sharp nod. The other people who are still alive on your team kind of nod weakly.
Watchmaker asked you a question. Do you understand?
We understand completely, sir.
Nice.
West and Demont snap. The other ones just kind of mutter, yes, we understand.
Good. Let's move.
I just want to make one quick roll to verify something. Okay. Demont does pipe in. Do we want to open up? I know it's not safe, but do we want to open up the outer door of the garage while this snow treader's running?
No, because if these things are smart, they'll come in and take it.
We could wait like 20 minutes, but... Alright, well, we could leave it on while the door's shut. I guess just hold your breath.
I mean, I'm assuming this is a big area.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking like suffocation would be a threat.
It's a large room. It looks larger than like what is in here. It goes on for a little bit after, out of the map a little bit, but if you were to leave it on for a while, you suspect it would actually fill up the room and like push out all the oxygen.
Carbon monoxide and we would die.
But so heading back upstairs to the second floor to medical. Day's looking very shaken. Demont is behind him with her gun kind of like
Pointing in his direction.
Every once in a while it kind of like waves across his back before heading like past him.
Let's sedate Day. He's gone all squirrely and he's gonna do something else crazy. Pump him full of drugs.
So heading back into the medical bay. Does Guard say that out loud?
Yes.
I'll first off, when we get to the medical bay, I'll knock on the door again.
Okay. Knock on the door. Chico, you hear a knock at the door.
Password.
Something wrong with you. Now we need another password.
Oh God. All right. So yeah.
All right, I will fill everybody in on what happened. I'm not gonna go to like dog shame the dude, but everybody's getting informed.
Yeah, you head in. Natalie Brooks. Where's Steven?
He went ahead and Day pulled the trigger on him, thinking he might be an imposter.
Was he?
No.
We can check, but we don't think so.
And
he just took a few steps ahead. He was still in visual distance. That was just a snap decision.
Speaking of, you guys need to keep Dave restrained and possibly sedated.
I mean, he's twitchy, and we do need to keep an eye on him. But if he starts shit, he'll be in here with the spiralizer. And
I'll keep an eye on him.
True.
And if there is an attack, we want another. I would rather have him with a gun ready to join the defenders.
Him with a gun could end up with him just shooting randomly. But we'll see.
I will.
More able bodies is better. That's true.
Yeah, I will say, Day, if we keep you armed and ready, do you think you can maintain composure when it comes to pulling the trigger in a moment?
Yes, I can maintain composure.
Scrutiny. I'm gonna see if he's just saying it or if he actually.
Yep, go ahead.
Seems to have rebounded any. One sec. For the love of God, please let me actually pass a roll I'm trained in tonight.
Right.
Nope, he's lying. He is more shaken than ever. And you actually can tell he's starting to become a little unhinged.
He's just eyeing everybody.
Yep. His gun ever so slightly like raises towards people.
I'm going to put my hand on his, push the gun barrel down, and then just take it away from him and just shake my head.
He looks rather... he does not put up a fight, and he looks rather shamed.
All right. We might need to sedate him, but I want to keep him in coordination. Fucking up in a panic isn't necessarily grounds to just Quaker instant end him, so...
If you run into Day and he's not all doped up, shoot to kill. Really easy.
Abbott speaks up. I guess we could give him something to take the edge off.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking pretty edgy, so.
If you've got something safe and you can keep an eye on him.
I got something in medical storage.
Always with always with the side quests in Murder Alley.
Just the next room over.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. We'll
Next room over. Nothing bad could possibly happen.
All right, opening up the unlocking the door to medical storage.
He's not going alone.
Oh no.
yeah, we're definitely still fire teaming it.
Heading inside, the lights are all on. Everything looks normal. Abbott goes over to one of the shelves, gets a couple, some tranquilizers. Like, I'm getting 4 doses, just in case we need any. 1 will take the edge off. 2 will put you under. 4 full doses will kill you. Just keep that in mind.
Sure.
Understood, and keep that close. We don't want somebody getting panicky and sticking somebody else at a terrible moment.
Okay. I'll let me grab another 4 just in case. So he grabs 8 vials total, as well as a injector. Loads up one of the vials, injects Day with it. It doesn't really put up any more resistance. And Day, after a few minutes, just like breathing starts to shallow. His face relaxes, and he kind of looks a little loopy.
Good.
He's dead.
He's dead. All right, let's resume the mission, and let's set a new password before we leave. Same protocol as before. Fake one, shake. Actually, no. Let's do real one, then fake one this time.
All right.
Anybody have any ideas for the real password?
Banana.
Sure.
Let's use something Mike had happen to him in one of his.
Oh yeah, let's use what's a
Lot lizard.
good one? Yes,
Lot lizard.
Lot lizard. So say lot lizard, nod head slowly, and then
Banana.
and then yes, banana will be the fake. Yes. This is such a weird mission.
All right.
I think we're doing okay though.
We're still alive. That's more than most people here can say.
So,
As a final reminder, as we're leaving, remember, stay calm. Panic, side eyes Day. Panic makes it worse. Let's go.
all right. So we're gonna call it there for today because
Good
it's
call.
been almost 2 hours 15 minutes. All right. So 2 hours of play, you'll get 200 experience.
Well,
Is that for totals in XP at this point?
I have 9,400 total between spent and unspent.
That sounds like it should be. Yeah, that'll be mine once I add this.
Okay.
Yep, 9,400.
Stop recording. All right. So we'll pick this up next week.